Hey guys, just gonna show you a quick video on how to solo corner reading room as a Revenant. Could also be done as a Skull Knight, probably with basically the same pretenses. And if you're especially wanting to be safe, you could do it as a Dreadnought, I think, which would be Occultism, Oromancy, and Shadowplay. No, Occultism, Defense, Shadowplay. That's probably the easiest and safest way if you have bad gear. If you have decent gear, don't be scared to come in here with, as a Revenant. I'll go ahead and show you my skill tree. Nothing special there, just typical thing. I need to reset my dungeon. So here we go. Maybe some of you guys have never done this before. It's just a one-room dungeon. Technically 2 rooms. I apologize. You go through the blue door, and there's this book here. It's called the Rank 1 Corner Spellbook. If you actually do this all the way through, there are 5 stages of this. And after you clear each wave, you have to come back to this book and put in some new corner reading room orbs. With that said, with each stage that you do go up, it costs the same amount of orbs. So for the first stage, you would use 1 orb. The second stage rather, you'd use 2 orbs, etc. So we'll go ahead, press F, put them, excuse me, put the corner reading room in the box. It's gonna pop out some dudes, and we're gonna watch. Definitely make sure you always come back to this corner.
User joined your channel.
Oh, 1 second.
User joined your channel. Switched.
Okay, so make sure you come back to this corner that you came in through. It's definitely where you want to start. And you're just standing here during that time waiting for some dudes to come out from right here. Don't run too far forward because they'll aggro on you. It's actually these guys right here, if I'm very familiar. We'll see them come by here just shortly. Okay. Dudes came out, so we're going over here. There's a fun little game you can play where you try to climb up this wall. I guess if you're into that type of thing. I'm not very good at it. There's about to be a guy spawn there, which is why we moved. Hound of Curious Gas. Big scary fella right there. Look at that green ominous dust, man. He's just a fucking spooky motherfucker. If you do kill these mobs, they actually don't drop any loot. They do count towards your Library Floor 1 daily quest. They can drop some orbs you can put in this lamp that give you mana and do some other things to the monsters in the surrounding area. I really wouldn't worry too much about it. Also, we did not need to stay there that long. As soon as that Hound of Curious Gas, this one right here, comes by, you want to get back over here to this door. And I think after this message we have to wait for 1 more wave to come out of here. And then we're going to head back over to that little safe space there. I could be wrong and we might have to fight a dude here in a second, but yeah, truth be told, that guy is not very hard. So eventually a boss is gonna spawn here. Her name is Kaylin the Spear Hunter or something. I'm not sure. And when she spawns, we don't want to aggro any of these guys, obviously. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to run around the outside of the room. By the way, the guys came out. You might have saw that on my screen. So we're gonna head and move back over here because another Hound of Curious Gas is gonna come out right there. But anyway, the boss is gonna spawn here, and we're gonna. Let me try to show you. You want to move around the room like this, like top down looking at your character. If you don't do that, you're gonna end up like this. And you're gonna run into walls just like that, like, cause you just can't see where you're going. So, oh shit. I don't have an index on. This is gonna be painful. So as you can see, that might have been a good demonstration actually. The guy's not very hard. Go ahead and pop the index, just because it makes this way easier. We'll heal up the bow. Okay, so this is the boss we want to kill. Let's go ahead and drop a meteor. Oh, it's the wrong fucking button. Drop a meteor on our head. Arc lightning. And I'm silent. So the only skill this boss can hit you with, as long as you use mana stars, is a bow attack that silences you, which he's gonna do now. Oh, there it is. That arrow that hit me, it would have silenced me if I did not pop Liberation. So Liberation is super, super good for this. But as you can see, that's actually the only attack that she can hit me with, as long as I don't bump into a wall or make some other mistake. That's a really good demonstration. You get to see that it silences me when it hits me. Go ahead and pop your instance. I'm gonna slow down. Oh, I slowed down a little bit too much, just so that I could hit her with that. The silence is super annoying. Try to drag her through the fire. Oh, she missed me. That's lucky. Shield block. Man, lucky player, this skull guy. So when I'm doing this, I'm actually just holding down my mana stars button, my E button, which you may have rebound. It's for me, it's just right strafe, and I'm controlling the screen and where my direction is with my mouse. And I definitely have enough damage to finish this girl, but not enough mana. So we're just gonna whack her to death, I guess. Oh, I might lose. Okay, we won. This boss, this is what you see over here. It can drop abyssal crystals, so that's something you need. I'd say probably 30% of the time she'll drop an abyssal crystal. During double loot, that's probably closer to like 50% or something. It seems like I have quite a few just from doing this. So do you guys see this book here? That book is what we're trying to get our loot. As you can tell, there's a lot of guys in our way, and we don't like guys that are scary. So when I was first doing this, I was trying to just, well, I wasn't trying, I was just dying to these guys, because when you die, it puts you in that first room that we came in through, and it despawns these guys. But eventually I came up and I realized that I could just go through this blue door and back through the blue door. And suddenly dudes are all gone, so you know, we're safe to pick up our loot, which is super sweet. Be careful when you're doing this, you don't want to do the rank 2 thing. It doesn't give you any better loot that I know of. You need to go to like, I want to say the 3rd or 4th chest actually get different loot. And it costs more orbs every time, and it's just not really worth it. So go ahead and click on this bag. I guess that's a bag. A bell. I fuck if I know what that is, but go ahead and click on it. Did I get it right? Oh, fail. Holy shit, I got another one. So I actually made a video before this, but I messed it up a little bit. So I wanted to remake it. I got one of these in the run before, and I listed it for 1200. That price seems crazy, but so it just rolled over past midnight. This is just to the past 2 hours sales. This was yesterday, and here you can see the yesterday. I'm calling it yesterday. It's technically 2 days ago. I sold 2 of these for 800 gold, which is quite a bit for a very little amount of work that I put in. I would definitely recommend that you guys try this. It's pretty good money. I'll show you some of the other drops you can get. These are very useless. They don't use in too many things that you craft. They're going for 10 gold a piece. I don't think very many of them sell. Yeah, like none are selling. Ectom's Prayer Bead's another option. These go for 15 gold at the moment. Also, not really selling any of those. There is also this monocle. This monocle is a pretty good one. It's probably the second or third best one to get. Interesting enough, these have went down. I actually don't know what you used to craft them in, but if we look, you can see there's about 6 or 7. They go for 100 gold at the moment. I've sold these for up to 250 before, but it looks like this is probably going to be stuck about this price for a little bit, at least until all these are gone from the market. There's also Kalen's Quill, which is a very good one to get. These usually go from between 125 to 250. It just depends who's selling. There you can see some sold for 300. Oh, even 500, wow. So I think there's just a couple of us guys that actually run this, and whatever we get lucky and get out of those 3 is what's worth the most at the moment. But the Tenerife Monocle, the Jurgen Box, and Kalen Quill is what you want. There's also a Runic Carving Knife, but last time I looked there wasn't one here. Yeah, there it is. I don't have one of those to show you, but they usually don't go for very much. They usually go for about as much as these. Although perhaps, with there not being very many here, those aren't very popular things. But perhaps with none of them being there, you could also pop that up for like 100 gold and sell it. They don't usually go for that much, but since there's none on the auction house, sky's the limit. Anyway guys, that's pretty easy. So again, I would recommend trying that out if you are a Revenant. I think you could do it as an Argent also pretty easily. Maybe you could come up with your own combo that you could do that with. But basically just stay away from the middle, kite around the outside, or if you're an Argent or whatever, just fight it against the wall. And pick up your loot, enjoy your money. Thanks.